There is a sound that we make as human beings that somehow has become vilified among voiceover talent. It has created an entire industry of technology that gets rid of this sound, and I'm out to fight that urge. You may have that urge. A lot of people do. They parrot what they hear. And I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about it in a way that hopefully will settle this for you. And we'll do that in this episode of the VOHeroes podcast. I want you to listen to this sound. That is one of over 100 such sounds, exactly like that, some longer, some shorter, that helped create the 2024 Grammy Award-winning song, Best Song of the Year from the Barbie movie, What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. That was a human breath. And I hear people in the world of voiceover, in the world of on-camera work, in the world of narration, just excoriating, breathing, breaths, because they have to be gotten rid of, they have to be eliminated, they have to be minimized. There are plugins that you can get for every digital audio workstation that exists that help you de-breath. In fact, some of them are called de-breathers. And I am on a mission to help you be at peace with the notion that you need to breathe when you work. You need to breathe when you do voiceover, and those breaths should be audible. They should be able to be heard. It's part of us as human beings. And somewhere along the way, this notion of getting rid of all your breaths became a metric for success. You have to get rid of the breaths. Now, where did this come from? I don't know. Somewhere along the way, somebody got rid of their breaths and they thought, oh, that's nice and clean. But the truth of the matter is that breaths are essential. The audience listening to you is at ease when you're breathing. You can use breaths to create dramatic, comedic, interesting other kinds of presentations of your sound. Consider the passage in a book where the mom says, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I've got to take the kids to school. I've got to go shopping. I've got to pick up the dry cleaning. I've got all this. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. So there are a number of different breaths in there. And I wouldn't want to get rid of any of them. In fact, if you do get rid of your breaths unnaturally, you make the audience unnecessarily nervous. Like, when is this person going to breathe? It doesn't sound right. And you may be sitting there thinking to yourself, oh no, David, I know better. I know that audiobook narrators, they take breaths out of everything that they do. All right. Let's take a listen and find out. Listen to this sound. Yeah, that is one of about 40 breaths in the retail sample of one of Scott Brick's books. Just went to Audible, and I captured the sound of one of his. Here's the full sentence.
Next to a window, Bridgman could read the date.
Now, Scott Brick is arguably one of the most prolific and most accomplished and best audiobook narrators in the world. I'm proud that he's my friend. I'm constantly amazed at what he's able to do. And guess what? You hear him breathe. You hear every narrator breathe. Unless you have some sort of bronchitis, some sort of lung problem, you're in the midst of an incredible cold or flu, and you have this awful wheeze going on, that's one thing. But the typical breathing that we hear and that we are used to should not be removed from our work. It's a color of our vocal paints. It's like saying to an artist, Oh, yeah. You can't use that really bright red that you want to use because, you want to get rid of that. You want to de-red your paintings. Does this make sense to you? I hope so. I want you to hear, I got an exercise for you. Go to Audible and just at random start with the first book that you see on the front page and start listening to a number of retail samples. That's a sample that you click on. And see if you don't hear breathing. Listen for the breathing. Listen for it. I know you'll hear it. And I want to set your mind at ease that you don't have to go out of your way to get rid of your breaths. I never do. I've done pretty well at what I do. I want to use breathing just like I want to use vocalizations and whispering and yelling and shouting and all other colors of what I do on my palette. I want to use all those. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comments below if you're saying to yourself, you are so out of your mind, David. You have no idea what you're talking about. I don't care how successful you are. You're just wrong when it comes to the whole breathing thing. I paid $75 for a deep breathing plug-in for my DAW, and I'm not going to think to myself, I've wasted my money. It drives me crazy when I hear breath. Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button if you like what you're hearing. Hit the subscribe button if you want to subscribe to the channel. The notification bell, you hit that and it will tell you when the next episode comes out. Breathe easy, please. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching and for listening, and I will see you in the next episode of the VOHeroes podcast.